Welcome back to Phoenix Creates, and welcome once again to Hilland Bay, our scrappy little city that just refuses to quit. It's the little city that could, and sometimes barely does, climbing its way one stubborn, slow, occasionally disastrous step at a time, toward becoming a fully functioning metropolis. Ever since City Skylines 2 launched, this has been my personal pet project for the game. Something I've been tweaking, refining, and rebuilding through every patch, update, and growing pain. And let me tell you, it's been a journey. From the start, Hilland Bay has been a true work in progress, navigating a fair share of missteps, questionable zoning choices, and chaotic service layouts. But despite the setbacks, I've kept at it. And over the last few episodes, we've finally started seeing some real momentum. Roads are cleaner, services are smarter, and dare I say, things are actually starting to look like a real city. Last episode, we introduced a brand new set of mid-income apartments, filling in a much-needed gap for citizens looking for something kind of right in the middle. We also added a fresh hotel to the area, giving our tourism numbers a boost, and bringing some visual polish to a district that's really starting to come together. One of my main commercial roads got some attention too. While we didn't overhaul the layout, we did clean up a lot of the outdated buildings, bringing some new life and a bit of style to a key corridor in the city. And to top it off, we started tackling Hilland Bay's health concerns by building a large new medical clinic. On top of that, we relocated our original clinic closer to the industrial area to better serve the workforce over there. And that brings us to today. There's still a lot of work to be done, and I've got some plans. So let's jump back in and keep building this city into something truly great. So first up on today's list, our large medical clinic, or small hospital, depending on how you look at it, was missing something important. The building itself looks great, it serves its purpose well, but the parking lot situation, not so much. For a facility of that size, the existing lot just felt way too small. With staff, patients, and visitors all needing access, it didn't make sense to leave it as is. So I decided to expand the footprint a bit. Build a custom parking lot out back, something that actually reflects the scale of the building and can realistically handle the traffic it would get in a city like this. It's a simple change, but one that makes the whole area feel more thought out and grounded in reality. Next up, I turned my attention to one of Hilland Bay's more upscale areas, our Riverside properties. This stretch along the water has always been envisioned to me as a luxury district, home to high-end condos, scenic views, and that touch of elegance that gives the city character. But as the city's been evolving, this area was starting to feel a little left behind, like it hadn't quite caught up to the vision that I had in mind. So I decided to give it the facelift it deserved. I started by incorporating some of the European medium residential apartments. These buildings not only bring a refined and timeless architectural style, but they also add a subtle splash of color to the skyline. Soft pastels, warm tones, and those distinct facades that bring just enough visual interest to break up the monotony without going over the top. It's a small touch, but it does wonders in making the area feel alive and intentional. To round things out, I blended in some of the newer US Southwest style buildings. Surprisingly, the contrast works, giving the district a mix of modern flair and classic charm. Together, these styles strike the balance that I was looking for: upscale, cohesive, visually rich. Now, this Riverside district finally feels like a place people would pay top dollar to live, complete with luxury views, classy architecture, and that perfect golden hour glow off the water. With the outer edges along the river now complete, my focus shifted to the area that bridges two very distinct parts of the city, the upscale Riverside condos and the towering high-rise blocks just inland. This space acts as a key visual transition, and I didn't want it to feel like filler. It needed its own identity. For this zone, I set out to capture the feel of a neighborhood in the midst of redevelopment, where historic charm and modern ambition coexist. I brought in some classic brick buildings that evoke a sense of the city's past, and then blended them with the newer, more contemporary structures. This result is a streetscape that feels like it's evolving, like the city is trying to hold on to its roots while stepping confidently into the future. This kind of mix tells a richer story than either style alone. It's not just about how it looks, it's about giving the sense that Hilland Bay is a living, breathing place with layers of history and progress woven together block by block. With the buildings now in place, all that's left are the little things, the final touches that bring it all to life. Some carefully placed trees, a bit of greenery, maybe a few benches or lights here and there, just enough detail to make the space feel complete and truly lived in. And that's where we're going to wrap things up for today in Hilland Bay. Bit by bit, block by block, this city continues to take shape, and I hope you're enjoying watching it grow as much as I am building it. From luxury riverside living to layered urban redevelopment, we're finally starting to see some real character come through. If you've got thoughts, ideas, or you just want to share what your own city is looking like, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Whether it's landscaping tip or a building style I should try next, your feedback always helps push this project to the next level. Thanks again for hanging out with me here on Phoenix Creates. If you haven't already, consider subscribing so you don't miss future updates from Hilland Bay and beyond. And as always, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.